It's loading. Hello, guys. Welcome to Para-Ops, Open-Minded Paranormal Skeptics. I am your host, Sky. I'm also the social media manager for Third Eye Event Productions. We are going to start you guys off with some introductions today, starting with my co-host.
Hello, my name is Seth. I'm one of the public relations managers here at P.A.R.A.Normal. Joining us today, we have...
Oh, I'm Larissa. I'm the founder of P.A.R.A.Normal and Third Eye Events, and I am on to the feed because I was there for the evidence clip that we're going to show today.
I am Ducky. I am an investigator and part of the PR team here at Third Eye Productions and P.A.R.A.Normal.
And our special guest.
Yeah.
I'm Mike. I'm an investigator and facilitator for Sector 12 Paranormal. And I'm a pretty big skeptic, so I'm excited to see what we got going on.
We're very excited to have you, Mike. Wait, I have a question. What is the danger close before we go on and tell them what we're going to show today?
It's just been something that's followed me for a long time, right? I used to be a professional kickboxer, and I'm a weapons instructor and a firearms instructor anyway now. So everyone's always saying, oh, danger close, so just a term.
And thank you for your service also.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, today we are going to show you a clip from our favorite place. It is formerly known as the Waldorf Estate of Fear in Lehighton, PA, but we like to call it Hell House due to the Hell House LLC franchise. So we're going to show you a clip that has a door swinging, and we want to know what your thoughts are. We want to get the viewers' thoughts, and we're going to get Mike and Larissa is going to give us some backstory going into this. And Ducky, I believe you were there, correct?
Yep.
All right. So Larissa, go ahead and give us some backstory.
So after we did our initial investigation, we decided we would try the whole paranormal tour out of there. So we would sell a limited number of tickets and have some people come in, and they could either go with us around Hell House, which is huge, by the way, very unassuming from the front, but it is massive. Or they could bring their own equipment, investigate on their own. This particular room is the dining room. Now, this building doesn't have any history prior to 1969, but we do know that in the 90s and I believe early 2000s, it was a restaurant. So this is kind of the dining room, and then there's swinging door to the back down to a bar. We set up motion cameras. We had our people that were on their free roam, kind of doing their thing around. Nobody was in this room. And nobody was in the bathrooms. And so in addition to our trail cameras, we also have security cameras that are used by the Waldorf when they're having their, their events there. There's a control room, and everybody watches, or Angie and her staff watch on the control room videos. So we know for a fact nobody was in the bathroom, and we know nobody was in the dining room because we had Angie in the control room when this particular incident happened.
Okay. So absolutely nobody was there. So I'm just going to, for our viewers out there, we want you to listen closely to the sound as well, because you never know what you're going to pick up hearing that way. But she said no one's there. So if you're listening to the sound, you're going to hear that no one is swinging that door. So I'm going to show that now. And hello to our viewers. Hi, Frank. And from the UK, Facebook user. I wish Facebook would show us their names. I don't like the guessing game. All right, guys, here's the clip.
And listen, that door is not actually easily pushed open.
I don't like the force at which it was pushed open.
Yeah, that was definitely some force that it used to put. And there's no wind that could push that door. That's like I said, that's a heavy door.
There isn't wind. There isn't wind. Not inside the building. No.
Mike,
Mike,
you guys
give
have
it to
thoughts?
us. Give it to us.
Can I see it again?
All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. We'll play it again. My apologies. I don't normally hit the buttons.
Okay. What? Okay. So I need a little bit more of a layout here. Is that door going outside, or is that door going into another room?
It's a bathroom.
It's a bathroom. The door goes to a bathroom.
Okay. Okay. So I was listening a little bit closer. It sounded like there were maybe a couple of footsteps after that. Was that above that I'm hearing?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pick up footsteps.
So like listen a little bit closely. So as the door's swinging open and it shuts, maybe like a half a second or a second later, it sounds like footsteps.
Okay, yeah, let's do that again.
Okay.
Do you hear it?
I don't hear it.
I hear the door creaking, like you know how the older doors, when they settle as they're just sitting
so
in place.
I heard that at the end of so after it swung, you can hear it kind of settle, but like towards like the very end of the clip, it sounds like there's like I had to turn my volume up all the way to hear it. It sounded like two steps. I don't know if it was someone in there.
I definitely hear something after it, but
oh, you hear footsteps.
I don't know if it's from upstairs because we know. No, wait. There's nothing above that, is there?
So I'm
trying to figure out where it is.
I know I can confirm that there is an upstairs. There is something above. I mean, so Hazel does hear the footsteps. There is something above, but the problem is that when we went back and reviewed like our clips and then went back with Angie and like talked about who was where during that time frame, there wasn't anybody on either side of the door. That's the problem. Yeah. Like we know the timestamp on it. Mm-hmm. So even if I could hear footsteps.
Okay, so this muffled on the carpet comment. The only carpet right there by that door is where you can see the dining room itself.
Yes.
The opposite side of the door. It's a haunted attraction in October. So they have it set up as like this super creepy bathroom with stalls. It's all tile. So what you hear wouldn't be coming from that room. Larissa, what is above?
What is a what?
What is above it? I don't remember because it's like maze.
Right above there is Theo's room, formerly known as Paul's room.
Okay.
We could have been upstairs. We could have.
So
we were definitely.
So I've.
Yeah. Go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we were definitely walking around. So like that could have been upstairs. But Theo's room is also carpeted. The only place that's not carpeted in there is the bathroom and the staircases and the attic. Obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was loud, probably because it was like right next to the camera, right? But would you guys have been able to hear all that creaking from above or possibly below that?
No, we didn't know what happened.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We looked at it at review, and that's when we saw it. Like we were like random. We had two teams there that night also, so you have to think. So the house there's the basement. I'm going to give you the layout. There's the basement, and that is a little bit like that's like kind of detached, like to get to that. You wouldn't be around any of that area where the dining room was. Okay. There's a staircase to the basement that is back behind the bar towards the front of the house. Mm-hmm. This dining room loops around to a maze of rooms. And then there's a staircase that goes upstairs to the Paul's room, Theo's room, and then a couple of other rooms, probably 6 bedrooms, six rooms up there, another hallway, and then another staircase up to an attic that has also another 2 or 3 rooms in it. So it's very wide and spread out. And we had 2 teams there that night, 2 tour going teams, and we had 2 free roamers. So during the time of the clip, we located the 2 free roamers had gone into the upstairs area of like where right before you go to the attic. And then our teams, one was in the basement and one was up in the second floor. So that could be the footsteps, whoever's up in the second floor. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I actually don't even hear them. I'd have to listen, I think, with my earphones, you know.
Do you have earphones next to you? You want to grab them?
I do. I have them.
Okay. All right. Our viewer, I'm sorry again, guys, that it doesn't give us your name. That's on Facebook. And there's a couple of you, I believe, here. So we're going to play it again for you. As soon as, all right. Here we go.
I heard it that time finally.
Yeah. I heard it at the very end.
I'm getting my Bluetooth connected to figure it out. So you'll have to play it again once I'm connected.
I'll show it again. Right before that, let's show this comment.
Let me connect first.
This is Hazel. I'm showing the comment. It's okay. Connect. Hazel says, I feel it is just a spirit that has some connection to the location and simply wants to be acknowledged. I would just talk to an asset to leave if that's what you'd like.
None of the spirits there do want to leave.
No, they don't.
They don't. They're very happy there. My earphones are not connected. So, but listen, if you all hear it and I don't, then obviously there's something there. I can't personally speak on it, but what would your thoughts be on, like, let me ask you, do you hear the footsteps sound like they're on carpet, or do you hear them kind of like on tile?
It's very muffled. So I don't believe if it would have been in there, if it's tile in the bathroom, the footsteps would have been louder, I believe. And it sounds like it's either coming from above or below, right? Second floor or basement, right? Or under.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from above to me.
Yeah. I guess the bigger question is what would make the door swing open? Are there windows in the bathroom that a breeze could come in, right? No.
I think there's windows in the dining room, but not in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
They're all nailed shut. Everything is nailed shut. There is no opening of any windows, and the bathroom is completely closed off with a ventilation system, because you have to have either the windows. So there's a ventilation system instead of windows. There
are even doors.
Yeah.
Doors that you can't get out of, because they've had so many issues with people coming in that she's got that place secure.
Nailed.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely sounds like, it's a hard opening and it's just kind of letting it shut. You can hear how heavy the door is when it shuts. And
no, it doesn't look like wind.
If it was somebody that did it, you would either hear them walk, like someone was going to the bathroom, right? You would hear them walking in the bathroom, or walking at some point. There wasn't anything caught before this in that area. The door just opened out of nowhere.
No, there were things caught in the area before that. We haven't shown those clips yet, but right before, I know it kind of did a little backwards, but it had to do with who we were having on the show and what we wanted them to speak on.
Gotcha.
But there are future episodes, and what happened before this was 3 of our free roamers who ended up going upstairs. They 2 of them are investigators, and one is her husband, and he was a skeptic. We have 3 clips right before this door opens and closes, and it is amazing. The first one, it's me and another investigator. We walk into the room, And we have you ever seen the bell jar with like the copper wires and they have to touch to light the battery up in the jar?
Yeah.
Okay. We're setting that up and we put it on the table and we're stomping to see if that's what's making it go off. And it's going off. It's just blink, 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 blink. And we're like scratching our heads and we just kind of leave the room. And you see us on the camera doing all that. And then like, we're just going to leave it and see what happens. This couple comes, or the three people come in with the skeptic. They put the flashlight down on one table right in front of the camera, and the bell jar starts going off. And so the husband, who's skeptical, is looking at the bell jar, trying to figure it out. He goes over and he's bending down. He's kind of like this. And as he's doing that, the flashlight goes on behind him. Oh, no. And then he turns because the flashlight goes on. So then he walks over to where the flashlight is. And he's talking to his wife and he's got his hands in his pocket and he's like trying to figure out how that happened. And she says, turn the flashlight off. And boom, it turns off. They all leave the room because I think like she was kind of like, haha, gotcha. Prove that. You know what I mean? Like they all leave and you see them leave. And then about 5 minutes later, the door just swings open. Mm-hmm. So it's a series of like events.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
What do you think of
thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? And do you believe in orbs? Because we had like a really candid discussion about that. And I think it just looks very dusty in there.
Yeah, I'm not a big orb guy unless it's corroborated by something else. A lot of the places that we, especially for our team, that we end up going, and I think we've really only been to like one really like clean place. But a lot of the places we go to are old, they're run down, nobody's been in there. And we set up our night vision cameras and the IR, man, picks up every speck of dust that comes around. There are, of course, some orbs, some things you just can't explain, like the different activity, right? You know what a dust is or a bug that's like flying around, but I have seen some very interesting orb-like activity, but I'm not a big fan of orb evidence on its own. I think it would have to be accompanied by something else. Right, so
I agree.
If you had a bunch of orb activity prior to that door flinging open and the flashlight coming on and the bell jar thing going off, then sure, right, that's great. And I'm a skeptic, but I believe, but I'm very skeptical as far as I don't think every little thing is paranormal, right? But I do believe that there is such thing as paranormal, right? But yeah, that's just where I'm at.
So as far as orbs go, we were just talking about this with Sarah Bentley from Bentley Paranormal. She was on right before Christmas Eve, and she's the same way. And we showed a clip from Penhurst, and there again, it was a door closing, which was weird. But you see a lot of dust and what I think are bugs. For me, as a medium, I know. Like I know what I'm seeing, and there's many times that we're on an investigation, and I'll be like, guys, I just saw an orb with my own eyes, and for me to see it, it appears bright, it moves oddly, and it disappears into I'll see it like on review, like evidence review, there it is, like what I said when I said it, and then you see it. So I have had that happen, but I stopped saying everything. Like as far as evidence review went, I started to be really more skeptical. I will say, as far as this clip goes, you said something funny about the bell jar. When they're in that room, and again, people are in a room, you think they're kicking dust up and stuff. There is, during the time frame of that bell jar going off, you do see what looks like stuff shooting at it from different angles.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was weird. Hi, Robin. Sorry, there's a comment there.
Sorry, I just threw it up there.
Yeah.
Hi, Robin.
Just reading it.
So, Ducky, what is your take on the whole bathroom door and the orbs and all that, and Hell House?
Well, like I said, we've been there. Like, I know that door is a heavy door to push and move open. Like, unless someone physically pushes that door open, like, it's not going to be wind. It's not going to be like anything like that.
Yeah.
Where are
And,
you
like-
at? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't know you were. I thought you were done.
And with orbs, like I do, like there's some orbs that they just don't look like dust and they just don't look like bugs. Like they're just different shapes. You know what I mean? The color is just too bold. So like I do believe in orbs.
Okay. Where are you at, Mike? Like what state are you in?
I'm in New Jersey.
You're not far. Why don't you
No.
come to Hell House and come push the door open?
I don't remember getting an invite. I don't know.
We have. We still got
Literally
tickets,
forget
right?
to watch.
We still have tickets for Friday the 13th.
There's freaking, you can come to Hell House anytime. There's something every week there.
There is every weekend.
Yeah, so on the from the 8th to the 14th, I'm in Miami on my regular 9 to 5. But
Okay.
but shoot, anytime after that, I'd love to bring the team over.
We
Right.
do
Bring
private
Marianne with
team.
you. Marianne, come with Mike. She's from New Jersey as well.
Hey,
No, Marianne is on a different team. Keep the team separate. Listen, Mike, we do private team rentals. You come, you bring your team, you bring your gear, and you tell us what's up.
you got to give me the deets. How much is this so I can let them know?
It's $600 until the new year, then it goes up.
Okay, and then for how long? What's the time period?
You can get more hours if you want, but it's 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. But if you want more, you can have more.
Yeah, I'm over 40, so I'm
Me too. That's why we have it at 8 to 2 because I'm gonna be
2
sleeping.
a.m.'s pushing it.
So yeah, it's 6 hours, $600. That's pretty much it. If you want extra hours, you can have them. Like, we work with you.
Yeah.
But I'll be napping in the control room if you pick anything outside that 6-hour window.
So, yeah. So
Our people get in touch with your people.
how many people can we bring for that?
It's up to 6 people.
Okay.
How many do you have?
I think we have close to 10. I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll deal with you privately.
Okay.
We'll talk privately.
Okay. Sounds
It
good.
works better than that way. Seth,
Yeah.
do you have thoughts on the clip?
Yeah.
Since
I'm
we
sorry?
have, since we're dragging you there,
Oh no, you're fine.
we don't have a choice. Do you have thoughts on the clip of the door swinging and you've never been there?
So I was actually going to ask if there was any vents or anything like that in either room. That was already touched on.
Okay.
I definitely think the footsteps are coming from upstairs. Like we were saying before, it just sounds like it's projecting downward in the clip. I don't know really how else to explain it. Outside of that, I don't know of any questions I have. No, it's like you said, if there's a bathroom on one side, the dining room on the other, obviously nobody's in the bathroom, so it's a little hard to explain there. But.
Let me elaborate on the vent thing in the bathroom because that's important. And if you come to privately investigate, it's important for you too. There's 2 sets of bathrooms in that building. The bathrooms that door is swinging to, there is no active ventilation system. It's in there from when it was a restaurant, but it does not work. And those toilets don't work either. So that is just set up as kind of like dead heads in a toilet and fake poop and blood. Like that's like, it's not. And then there's like a real bathroom you guys we can use as investigators. It's like all the way on the other side of the building. So there is no vent air.
So it's not even a usable bathroom.
Let's get the others one there.
No.
So there's no reason why anybody wouldn't necessarily even be in there.
No, unless they're unless they're investigating, but that's just not it's not practical. Like you could sit in there, I guess, on the attractions and maybe try to interact, but I wouldn't.
It's like going to a Guar concert.
Yeah, no. That bathroom is like especially creepy too. Nobody wants to sit in that bathroom.
It is creepy.
We all run through it.
I am terrified. I won't stay in that bathroom.
Is the dining room, that's not carpeted? Is that like hardwood?
No, it's
No,
carpeted.
that's carpeted.
Oh, it is carpeted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the indoor, outdoor, very thin, worn down carpeting.
Now, where that camera is that's facing in, is it up against a wall? So there's a wall right behind the camera?
Wall right behind the camera. It is a trail camera.
Okay.
And there's 2 sets of swinging doors. You can't see the first set because of the angle of the camera.
Okay, so the trail camera, it's motion activated then.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't continuously recording.
No.
Okay, so it was triggered by the door opening.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Actually, if you really think about it, Mike, it would have had to be triggered by something prior to the door opening because it was already
to catch it. But then if it was triggered by, say, someone walking in and opening the door into the bathroom, unless they opened the door and then just stood still and didn't go anywhere,
they'd get hit by the door as it swung back.
They would right. One, they would get hit by the door as it swung back, but then you would hear it, right? Yeah. You would hear them. And I guess it wasn't triggered again. It would have had to have been triggered again when they left.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just a phantom swinging creepy door in the creepy bathroom.
It is. And thanks, Frank. We're gonna leave Seth in there. We got you. We hope that you're watching live when we do it.
And in the cage.
I accept your challenge.
Yeah. All right. Marianne asked if we could
bringing
play
the steel chair for the cage.
Oh my goodness. I have my boxing glove. You have your steel chair. We're gonna have at it with the spirits. I'm sorry.
Play it again,
Mike. You have kickboxing history. You want in?
Nah.
Okay, fine.
Steel chairs, man. I'm out.
All right, we're gonna show the clip another time.
That creepy doll sitting there.
I didn't even notice the doll. The mannequin, is it the mannequin?
Yeah, the mannequin.
No, it's the doll that's like head down on the table right in front.
The mannequins are they're so creepy walking through there in the pitch black. You think it's a real person.
No, nothing is as creepy as when Angie just pops up. You got to watch her when you come investigate, Mike. She's short and she just pops up places.
There's trap doors and she like opens and closes them on us and she just pops up through them sometimes.
That's another point. There are trap doors. So the building is probably about 4,000 square feet total from attic to basement. And the hallway doors, you can move the doors all around to reposition hallways and rooms. I mean, it really has that creepy, like, what the heck? Why is the hallway moving type of setup? So
that's really cool, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You'll find out when you're there and Angie just pops up through a wall that you thought was closed. Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sky, take it away.
I'm taking it away. Seth, I need you back for my timer thing. All right. So hold on. Marianne has a comment. After the door closes, I can see a white mist figure in the middle of the room, very faint.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. Did anyone else catch it?
I did not.
No.
Should we play
it one more time before we go off?
Yeah, play one more
I
time.
see a white mist. I'm done.
We're going to look for the white mist, Marianne.
I think that might be that matrixing type of thing.
And like the dust and the flowing
compression issues,
the lighting.
Yeah. But we have caught white mists there. We did talk about that, right?
We didn't talk about that tonight. I think we talked about it on another episode.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We've examined that before too. So
yeah.
I think for this one though, I would say this is pretty hardcore evidence in my opinion, because I know what the control room caught and I know nobody was in that bathroom.
That's what we were forgetting to ask. Do you guys think it's valid evidence?
I do.
I think that I think it's interesting. If I was just shown that one thing, it would be hard for me to it's hard to kind of put it into context without seeing, like, at least 20 minutes of footage prior to and after that, right? So like putting it all together that way versus just kind of trying to catch this one little thing. So I think it's very interesting, but I can't, without seeing that time gap before and after, and not having experience in the location, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to give it the danger close stamp of approval.
He's gonna come out to Hell House and set up cameras and kick the door a bunch of times from different angles.
Do it. That's right.
Grids
all over the place.
Oh my God, I would die if you caught something on the grid.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Lewis, is there any security cameras that saw the door swing or no?
Yeah, on Angie's on the control room, the door does swing from the bathroom, but there's nobody in the bathroom.
That would be a good thing too. Try to get the evidence from her camera and match it up with ours and do it like side by side.
Yeah.
The problem is that by the time we did our evidence review back in those days when we were still infant and it was just me doing it, I didn't get to that footage for months. And what ended up happening was her security system, after a certain amount of time, it auto deletes and then re-records new clips. So we do have we have a thing about a girl that was killed there. There's like a legend. Yes, Marianne. You'd have to look up the legend though.
Yeah.
We're overtime again, Sky. You keep doing this.
I'm sorry.
For shame.
We're interacting with the commenters. All right. We are out of time, guys. And before we sign off, Ducky here is going to just give you a little insight about an event we have coming up.
So we have an event. It's called P.A.R.A. It's in June. It's actually for the LGBTQ Pride Month. We are actually doing Drag Me to Hell House, and I am going to be the special guest in drag. We donating some of our procedures to the Post Foundation, which is the Post nightclub that got shut up back a couple years ago down in Florida. They started an organization to do some scholarship for some people, to do like a safe spot for the LGBT communities. It's a really good foundation. It's an amazing place to go. I used to go to the nightclub when I lived down in Florida, so like I knew exactly what the place looked like. So it definitely is a special place in my heart for this foundation, and it should be a really crazy, fun event.
All right. Thank you, Ducky. There you have it. June, we have our Pride Month event where your proceeds go to help them out for Pulse. All right, guys. Thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Ducky and Larissa, and my co-host, Seth. You want to do your sign off so we can all say goodbye?
All right, everybody, you have a great night. All right. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your holidays.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye. Keep an open mind. Don't be skeptics. Have a good night.
I was wondering when you were going to say it.
I forgot.